All right, we are live here at the Grade 7 NPH Showcase League Championship game. We've got Burloak Elite taking on the GCBA Wolverines out of Ottawa. My name is Joe Musa. With me, I got my guy.
Dejuan Minot here. Nice to be here with you guys, Joseph.
Yep, gonna be a good game.
Got a foul on this end.
Starting the game at the line for the Wolverines. It's been championship weekend here at NPH for the grade 7, grade 8, grade 9 divisions. Last week we saw the grade 10, 11, and 12.
Tell me a little bit about what you saw last weekend out of the out of the high school guys.
Last weekend was good. Of course, the older age groups, you're going to see a higher level of competition. You're going to see guys that are basically getting ready to go to the next level next year, right? So saw a great final in the grade 12 division between New Step and Supreme. Supreme took that home. The grade 10 and 11 were great as well. But it was great to kind of see just those guys now and then keep track of them and see where they're going to be in the following years. But then at the same time with these guys, we're seeing basically the future of Canadian basketball in a sense, right? Like
the guys that are up next.
Yep, like look at this one at the line right here. He's a 7th grader. Got some interesting size on him.
And this is one of the guys that the coach was talking about before the game when we got a chance to talk to them. He says 54, 10, and 6 on his team. Yeah. Those guys are going to be a physical presence. Those guys are going to get to the free throw line, trap and play aggressive defense. And you could see it coming in this first little action of the game here.
Yep. That's Yanis
Full court pressure. And it looks like GCBA, their length defensively is going to cause the Burloak Wolverines some problems.
Yeah. Should be a good one.
So, Joe, tell me about the keys to the game. What do you think that the GCBA are going to have to do to win this game and come out with a W?
Well, I think for both teams, it starts with effort level. You know, that's one thing that you personally as a player can control, right? You can't control if your shot's going to fall. Can't really control, you know, all these external factors. But what you can control is how hard you play. You can control how you take every possession, how serious you take it, and how you are with your teammates, how vocal you are. Because it's a championship game. It's win or nothing, right? So you have to leave it all on the floor. Can't have any regrets after the game and say, oh, I wish I would have went harder. It's now or never. So I'm really looking, nice play. I'm really looking for the players that are just trying to compete at a high level, and usually those are the teams that win.
And like you said, it's one of those things that you can control. You can't control when your shot's falling. You can't control when you're mishandling the ball, but you can control how hard you play, how much effort you put on the defensive side of things. Are you going in there trying to compete for loose balls and rebounds? It's a championship game. When your shot's not falling, it's possible that it can affect your confidence.
Yep. For sure.
GCBA right back.
Offensive rebound, fouled again. Starting off with the aggression. Gabriel Kabongo going to the line for the Wolverines.
And Gabriel was one of those guys the coach was talking about who's going to be physical. He's going to be a physical presence on the defensive side in the interior, and you're seeing it right now.
Yeah.
Got that rebound and went to the free throw line. Now has a chance for 2. First one's good. Gabriel Kabongo at the line.
It's always interesting to see the players from the Ottawa/Quebec region. Typically, they are the, you know, more developed physically prospects, usually more athletic, and we're seeing it right now.
And it looks like this full court pressure by the GCBA Wolverines is giving Burloak a lot of trouble. They can't really get into their sets. They can't get settled down. They look a little bit rattled right now.
Yeah, wow, there's another
look
steal.
At this.
You said it.
Right on cue.
Oh, wow. They're
being physical inside, man.
You got to finish it, though. Coming up with a number of steals here early on.
When we got a chance to talk to the Burloak coach, this is what he kind of wanted to avoid. He wanted to avoid getting into a run-and-gun game with these Wolverines. He wanted to slow the pace down a little bit.
Oh, wow. What a block there by Kabongo. It's getting loud.
And it looks like the GCBA Wolverines, they kind of have the momentum right now. Burloak's got to settle down and get into their sets.
Outside shot is off. Here comes the Wolverines. Try to convert on the other end. They've had a pretty good start so far.
Moving the ball around the perimeter. Three-point shots off. Let's see what Burloak could do coming down. Man, the Wolverines defense in this first half.
No good there.
No good there. Looks like the Wolverines are out running.
Nice ball movement.
Little floater by Joseph.
Tough.
Joseph Mesfit.
They got some players. Oh, man. On Burloak.
Right back and right on cue. Giannis to the free throw line for 2. Player injury here for the GCBA.
All right, and we're back as the Wolverines are at the line shooting 2.
Giannis Comey at the line. And it looks like so far GCBA, they're playing the exact game they want to play. Up and down, fast-paced. They're letting their defensive length and their defensive size kind of disrupt Burloak on the other side. And it's paid off for them to start.
Yeah, and look back into that press.
And this is one thing that, even though it worked for them this time and not so much, Burloak can't get used to trying to dribble through the press. You got to beat the press with the pass.
Yeah. Fundamentals, especially at this age.
Number 4 for GCBA, Leo bringing the ball up right now. And you can kind of just see the difference between these two teams right now. GCBA, even when they're in a half-court setting, it's a little bit more patient. They're swinging the ball. It's not polished, but they're swinging the ball. They're getting player movement. And on the other side, Burloak, they just got to focus right now on beating that press, beating it with the pass.
Yep. Nice. No good that time. Offensive rebound.
Nice
back
little
up
give and
and in.
go action, and now they got the rebound, and they get a second chance point. They need more of that.
Yeah, that was Cameron Sheik that time, Burloak. Look out. Nice look. Money. James
And
Moody.
that's James Moody,
Yep.
right on cue. He talked about James Moody and his three-point shooting.
Oh, answer back.
Burloak right back. I like it. It's becoming a back-and-forth game right now.
That was royal for Burloak.
Now, when we talked to the Burloak coach before the game, they said this is the type of game they want. They want to put GCBA in the half-court setting and kind of slow it down.
Yeah.
GCBA moving the ball around the perimeter. We got a whistle.
It's going to be a bonus situation. Fouls reset at the 8-minute mark for the halves. Obviously, this being two 16-minute halves as opposed to 4 quarters.
That was Zayden at the line. GCBA Wolverines. He had the first of a one-on-one situation here. Now, something early to take notice of is with the aggressive defensive style of the Burloak and the GCBA Wolverines, foul trouble is going to be key in this game. We got to watch out for foul trouble.
Yep.
Burloak again with another turnover. The cardinal sin, man, you cannot leave your feet to make a pass.
Yep. I like the energy in the gym right now.
The gym's got, I like that too, Joe. You know, the gym's got good energy. The atmosphere is nice.
Noise.
These players are competing.
Hey. Nice
and Burloak needs this.
Foul called there. Pretty good transition defense though that time.
Royal going to the line for 2. That's kind of going to help settle down this Burloak team. They need to get some steals, get some deflections, get out and run because they've been having a hard time beating this press.
Yep.
If you could get to the free throw line, stop the clock, and get some points on the board, that's going to give your team a little bit more confidence.
Oh.
A right on cue offensive rebound. Yep.
Jump ball. Possession arrow says it stays on this end.
It's going to be Burloak's ball underneath the basket.
Kick out. There's Dean Murray for 3. Short. Foul called. Nope.
Oh, we got it out of bounds.
Yep.
So, Joe, what stood out to you so far in this game?
Definitely the defense of the Wolverines. Obviously, we talked about that press a couple times. They've just been able to wreak havoc and make it really hard for Burloak. And on top of that, they've got great length, like we talked about. And they've just made it so hard for them to guard on the other end, right? They're constantly getting to the line, constantly getting steals, finishing on the break. If Burloak isn't careful, this might get out of hand. But at the same time, I do like how Burloak has responded. They came down, hit a couple shots. So this is going to be a game.
I like what you said there, Joe. It's going to be a game, you know. Once Burloak finds their confidence, they kind of slow it down. They play their game and not trying to play the way GCBA is playing. It's going to help this team get settled. It's going to help this team kind of put up a better fight in this game.
Yep.
Still early, though. 10 minutes left to go in this half.
Gabriel Kabongo back at the line.
And Kabongo's been at the line a few times early on in this game. This just speaks to the physicality of this team. That full court press is back. And you see, Joe, they just look disconjointed here.
Offensive rebound, back up and in.
Offensive rebound.
Joey
They got to muddy up this game. They got to get some second chance points. They got to get some stops, some steals.
Yep.
But Burloak's competing, man.
Three in the key.
Good
defense.
Going the other way. Number 4, Leo, for the GCBA Wolverines is subbing back into the game. He checks in for Yanis Comey.
No good. Great defense that time by the
They're
Wolverines.
going the other way. GCBA on running.
Oh, big board.
Good rebound. Joshua with the ball now.
Oh, nice.
Good dish, just couldn't secure it.
I think he could have went up with that. Those 2 steps he took were
He had the open lay.
pretty impressive. It's the small things I watch at this age, like footwork and fluidity, how they're able to move. When I see something like that, although he turned it over, like he could have easily went up, could have reversed it on the other side. And those type of drives you see at this age, impressive. With his size,
It's impressive to see the athleticism,
yeah.
the defensive versatility. Like, these guys are all still growing into their bodies and whatnot, but they could move laterally, guard different positions.
So I think it's back to the line. Yep. Nearing the halfway point of the first half. Got the Wolverines up by 7, and they're back at the line. Anyone's ball game. A lot of basketball left to be played. What have you seen so far, Dejuan?
Man, I'm seeing a lot of defensive aggression from the GCBA Wolverines, man, and I love it. Looks like we got some confusion here. But as I was saying, you know, the GCBA Wolverines, they've come out with a lot of defensive aggression, and this is what you kind of need to do. You need to set an aggressive tone in a championship game, you know? Kind of put your foot on their neck, and that's kind of what you have to do. You kind of have to set that tone, come out with a point to prove. Sometimes in a championship game, your shot's not falling, the offense isn't working, but what always will show up is defense, because that's effort.
For sure.
And then on the other side, from Burloak, they just need to play their game, slow it down a little bit. Good things happen when they slow it down.
Yep, we got a timeout call. Gonna take a short break and come back. All right, we're back here in the Grade 7 Championship for the NPH Showcase. Got the Wolverines up by 10 early on.
Wolverines with the rebound, and they're going to be pushing it up the floor right now. Right on cue, man. The Wolverines, Giannis Comey. Coach talked about him, another physical presence on that interior. You know, one way that Burloak can slow this game down is not to settle for those 3-pointers. You know, if they try to attack the rim, get to the free throw line, get some points on the board when the clock is stopped, that's going to help them.
No good that time. Offensive rebound. Ball fumbled. Back up and in. Wow.
Giannis Comey.
9 points for him in the first half. Making a case for that MVP.
You can see it, man. He's hungry.
Yep. He's been having a pretty good playoffs as well.
Good take. That's what they need to do more. They need to attack the rim. These are the things at this age that, you know, you could kind of see the difference between these younger age groups and these older age groups. An older team, you know, maybe the high school kids, 10, 11, 12, when the shot's not falling early on, the players might take it upon themselves to, you know, realize, listen, the shot's not falling, let's get to the rim, let's try something else.
Yep.
But at this age group, this is where you kind of need a little bit more of the coaching. The coaches kind of still has to send that message to the players, like, all right, guys, the shot's not falling, we got to try something else.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Coaching is so pivotal at this age when you're talking about skill development, when you're talking about learning how to play the game the right way.
Giannis Coleman. He is locked in and he's hooping.
He's on a tear. Answers
Burloak.
again. Wow.
They finally get one of the outside shots to fall. Number 16, Jason.
Oh, tangle.
Good aggressive defense. Burloak needed that. They're out and running now.
Jason swung over. Sheik. Oh, loses his balance.
And you know, despite Burloak off to a slow start, I like that certain guys on the Burloak team aren't shying away. Three-pointers off. 5:55 left to go in this first half. And the GCBA Wolverines have been in control.
Yeah, we're going to have another timeout break, and we're going to come right back. All right, and we're back here for the final 5 minutes, 55 seconds. First half of the grade 7 championship game.
It's been a good first half so far. But Joe, I kind of wanted to ask you, these are pivotal years, the seventh graders, eighth graders, going into that high school jump. How can these seventh graders kind of prepare themselves to, separate themselves from the pack going into those pivotal years of their career?
No, good question. I think a big thing, obviously at this age, it's all about development. We're talking about skill development, character development, learning the game, learning the fundamentals, and ultimately mastering them. But outside of that, I would say continuing to challenge yourself as a young player. If you go to your local basketball court and there might be some high school kids playing, jump in that run with them just to get some reps with some older kids. You always want to be outside your comfort zone. That way, as you move up the levels, you're naturally ready. You've naturally already played guys at that level. You're learning the game at a different level. And then as you get a little older, when you're kind of grade 9, grade 10, that's when you start to look at other things like, how do I improve physically? How do I work on my body? How do I work on my athleticism? Because the higher you get in that in the levels, those are the bigger separators as you go on. And then higher than that, they say it's a mental game as you get higher. We're talking about post-secondary and onwards from there, because everyone knows the game at that level, it's all mental. So a combination of all of that, but biggest thing I would say is to challenge yourself daily.
I like that message, Joe. And another thing that I even want to touch on is from early, just build up your confidence. You got to understand that from a young age, sometimes your shot's not going to fall. Sometimes you're not going to have the best games, but don't let that hinder your confidence. Don't let that waver your confidence. If younger players could kind of understand that early, then it's going to be a little bit easier once you get to those higher advanced levels, you know, because it's going to become more physical. It's going to become more harder, you know, especially for, you know, guys that aren't physically imposing.
Yep.
You really got to have that confidence and have that confidence on lock. So that's another thing I feel like the younger hoopers should focus on and really pay attention to, you know. How can they build up their confidence?
Yep. For sure.
Gcba Wolverines, they're moving the ball around the perimeter. And they've just looked comfortable this whole half.
Offensive rebound. Takes the bump, no call. Offensive rebound. Wow.
Oh, he's battling in there.
Good defense on the second chance there, but wow.
And I like for this GCBA team how anybody could grab the rebound and push it up the court.
Versatility.
Very versatile team.
And that's another thing too. If you're tall for your age, you don't want to be somewhere where they're just going to stick you on the block because you're the tallest kid on your team. Like, you might not even end up growing that much. So everyone's got to be able to learn nice shot. Everyone's got to be able to learn guard skills at this level. Just play every position. Don't put yourself in a box at such a young age. But that's not what we're seeing right now with this younger age groups on both sides. Like how both teams are able to play free. Nice floater shot, no good that time.
And I feel like once, you know, at a point in basketball, a lot of coaches probably would have tried to box in certain players. You know, you were big for your age at that time, so you were strictly a big man. You got to rebound, you got to be on the block. But as the game's kind of evolved and times have changed, you know, big guys have to be able to dribble, pass, and shoot now.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Like, you have a kid that might be like 5'10" if he's in grade 8, but he only ends up growing to 6'2", 6'3", if that. But he's like, oh yeah, I learned how to play center and power forward my whole career. It's crazy to think about it. Very short-minded way of thinking.
This GCBA team, man, they're rolling right now. 34-14 is the score. They're up 20. 2:45 left to go in the half. The story of this game so far has been the GCBA Wolverines press and their aggression on this press. And Burloak just really hasn't been able to get settled so far.
Yeah, up by as much as 20, now 17. Moving the ball on offense, playing tough defense. But a lot of basketball left to be played. If you're Burloak, you want to finish this half strong. 2:19 left. String together a good possession or 2 or 3. Play some defense, lock in, and then you actually might be able to cut it to around single digits going into the half, which give you some great momentum.
Try to go into halftime, you know, on a positive note, playing your best basketball, you know. Set the tone for the second half.
Yep. Nice. Good take. No good, though.
And then on the other side, if you're the GCBA Wolverines, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't fix something that's not broken.
Yep, just don't take your foot off the pedal. That's it. That's all you got to do is keep it going at the same level. And it looks like they're doing that. They're still pressing. Oh, great recovery, but he was called for a foul. Burloak will go to the line for 2.
You know, even though the Wolverines have a big lead, Burloak can't get discouraged. You know, it's still the first half. There's a lot of basketball left to be played. They still got a shot, but they got to believe it first.
Just under 2 minutes left to play.
Nice. Zayden.
Nice little short range.
Did he jump on that?
Might have slightly jumped, if that.
That looked like a set shot.
Yeah. Got the 2 points. Nice defense, turnover. Up by 20.
And that's one of the things when you get to the older age groups that you just can't have. Those one arm across the court passes, you guys got to cut that out.
Yeah.
You know, the younger players, it's okay. You could get away with it when you're younger, but high school basketball, AAU basketball, that will probably have you, you know, sitting right beside the coach.
Yeah. Very small room for error the higher you go in levels. .20 lead for the Wolverines.
Got Joshua at the line.
So the high man for the Wolverines has been Yanis Comey. He's got 16 points, which is kind of crazy considering he's only 2 points off the total of the other team.
You know, and a lot of his damage is coming from inside that three-point line. And Gabriel Kabangu. Kabango's 4 for 4 from the field, 100%. 5 rebounds. Yanis Comey, 16. He's got 4 rebounds, 4 offensive.
Dean Murray with a shot. Short.
Ooh.
Wow.
And the Wolverines are pushing pull-up 3.
Man.
Oh,
man.
they're feeling it.
Oh, man.
James Moody with a pull-up 3. And the gym is rocking right now.
They're losing
here at
it.
the Burlington Playground. That's what you got to do. You got to stop the momentum and get to the free throw line.
I knew if he hit that shot, they would have went crazy because there was a crossover in the backcourt. They reacted from that, and then it went into the shot. Boom.
Man, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing free right now.
25-point lead.
And they're out, man. Their foot is on the pedal, and they're not letting up. You got a sub coming in for the GCBA Wolverines. That's Leo, number 4. Zayden.
Wow, again with that set shot.
He's got that Tim Duncan midi form.
Yeah, he puts it very high. It's hard to block, and he's got a soft touch. No good on the other end. Here we go, final 6.
6. And that brings us to halftime here. GCBA Wolverines, Burloak scores 45-18.
Yep, we're gonna take a halftime break and then come right back to the action.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered platform designed to provide maximum exposure and growth opportunities for Canadian basketball at all levels, starting with grade 5 students all the way to the NBA. The foundation of the Blueprint begins with our strategic partners, the Playground Global, who provide world-class basketball facility access for Canadian basketball programming nationwide. The MPH Showcase League is an introduction to our ecosystem. an exposure platform for club programs all across Canada to experience a competitive, developmental, and positive environment. All year round, this league reaches the players, coaches, parents, and the Canadian basketball community at large. This provides a great opportunity for sponsors to tap into a rapidly growing market and demographic within the high volume of foot traffic. The MPH Showcase Camp is our identification platform, focusing on finding the hidden basketball talent Canada has to offer and guiding them to that next level. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH National Rankings, where player profiles are created, acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from NBA experienced skill trainers. The Game Speaks Combine acts as the elite, invitational-only camp that provides every player an opportunity to measure their talent up against the best prospects in Canada. A 2-day event of skill testing, pro-level drills, and NBA-style combine with the
All right, we're back in the second half. GCBA Wolverines up big. It's been all them this game.
They've kind of asserted their dominance early on, and they never took their foot off the pedal in the first half.
Yep.
The story of this one has been the Wolverines' aggressive trap, their full court trap, and then their ability to get out and run and score on second chance points and in transition. And on the other side, the Burloak team, these guys have to be able to get set, play their game, but they look a little bit rattled in that first half. Let's see if the second half is a little bit different. Good ball movement here. Zayden misses that set shot there. Burloak's out and running.
Nice bump and finish.
Good finish. Royal with the 2.
He's been solid.
There's certain guys on this Burloak team that you can see, you know, they're still competing. They still got it.
Yeah, I
They're
like
not rattled.
Jason and Royal, 2 guys.
I like Dean, you know, even though he's in the corner right now, he's a guy that wants the ball. He wants to make a play, wants to make something happen.
Even here, Cameron Sheik, if you look at his body for a 7th grader, like I was talking to his coaches, they said he's already deadlifting like over 200 pounds or bench pressing a whole lot of weight already at that age. Like you can tell, I think he's also a football player, so multi-sport athlete, and you can tell, very impressive. He's solid. He's shown a couple things.
He's been solid, you know. He's been solid in this game so far. I'd love to see him get to the free throw line more, you know, with a solid frame like that. You know, you're going to have the advantage over a lot of the guys that are defending you. Get to the rim, make something happen.
Yep.
Looks like Giannis is still on that attack. And he's going back to the free throw line, man.
You know what? I just remembered. They said he was deadlifting 315 and benching 185. Wow. That's what it was, which is still insane. I know some people in their 20s can't even push that much weight.
A 7th grader.
Yeah, probably be a bodybuilder.
One of 2 from the line. He's got 18 points. Got to come back to it. Got to get it over.
Oh, foul. Yep. Oh, no, 8 seconds. Might have been right at the end there, but they've been aggressive.
And Giannis, man, he's playing physical D.
Shots up. No good. Rebound. Stolen. Floater off the glass.
And they're rolling right now. Dean with the ball, bringing it, trying to get it across half. Way to use his pivot and get out of that trap there. And man, Joe, this gym, the parents in the stands, it's a vibe right now. They set a nice atmosphere for their team.
Yep.
Their team is feeding off their energy. Joshua with the ball to the rim, no good. Looks like Jason's out and running, Euro step, no finish. Dart pass, couldn't get it through.
Risky, but I see what he was going for. Maybe a little more arc on that and a little softer.
A little softer, maybe could have tried a little bounce pass.
Yeah. Nice take.
Turnover. Ball's going back to Burloak. And this is where Burloak just needs to get into their set. Stay calm, be patient offensively. Looks like they're moving it around the perimeter right now. Dean with the screen. Good rebound and putback.
And one. Count the bucket.
Good finish. Maybe this is gonna, give them some energy here.
Yep. Spark some energy.
3-point play the old-fashioned way. I'm going to start with Burloak. Even though they haven't had the best game, Joe, who are some guys that are standing out to you on the Burloak side?
I think, like I said before, Royal, Jason, Cameron, and I like Dean as well. Those are 4 guys that have shown, some things, a couple possessions. Even if it's occasions where they didn't necessarily convert, it didn't lead to a score. At this age, you just want to look for the details, like footwork, if they're able to pivot, if they're able to just have the basic fundamentals down pat, then they can build off of that. And, obviously we're going to be able to continue to track everyone in this league throughout the years. So that's what I've seen from them. And then in terms of the Wolverines, there's been a number of guys, Joshua, Yanis, the whole crew. It's been a real team effort, but
everybody's sort of pitched in, even Zayden.
Yeah,
he's hit a few mid-range shots. He's been solid on the interior there.
Leo. Yanis Comey's got 19. So
I'd say in a game like this where the score is so, we kind of have a blowout here, what I like out of Burloak is I'm looking for competitive spirit. I'm looking for guys that are still competing, still zoned into the game, still locked in. The game hasn't went the way they wanted it to so far, but that competitive spirit, that's going to translate. That's going to get you on teams. That's going to get you roster spots, Yep. Somebody that's willing to compete no matter what. That's a good take right there.
We're going to take a quick break and return to the action. All right, we're back. Just about 11 minutes left to play. Burloak at the line.
Burloak at the line, shooting 2. First one off for Cameron. Second one's good. 28-52 is the score here in this grade 7 championship game here at the Burlington Playground. Wolverines moving it around the perimeter, no good. Cameron with the ball, he's attacking. It's gonna be Burloak's ball underneath the basket.
So after this, we're going to have the grade 8 championship game. We've got Ottawa Elite going up against S Elite. And then after that, in the grade 9 division, Ottawa Elite once again taking on Guelph Knights. So Ottawa Elite in grade 8 and grade 9 division finals.
Ottawa has some talent out there.
Yep, just like we're seeing here with the Wolverines are out of Ottawa as well. Looking forward to the grade 9 one. That's going to be good. Guelph Knights, Ottawa Elite, 2 very good teams. All here on North Pole Hoops YouTube.
Good pass.
Outside shot, no good.
Gabriel Cabango with the miss there.
There's Murray.
Being patient, looks like and they read that perfectly. The Wolverines, man, they read that play perfectly.
Yeah.
I was just about to get into how Burloak, they finally got into one of their sets, and the Wolverines blew that play up fairly easily. Number 30 for Burloak, Royals going back to the free throw line. He's been solid.
Yep.
9 points. He's got 5 rebounds, 6 rebounds now. Royal with the make.
Substitutions coming in.
He's put together a nice game, him and Jason. Combined for 18 and 9 for this Burloak team. But outside of them, they just really haven't gotten much else from anybody else.
Out of bounds.
And it looks like slowly this Burloak team has kind of cut off that momentum that the Wolverines had on the other side.
Yeah, definitely a slower pace this half. You don't want that to happen if you're the Wolverines, though, right?
Yeah. What's killing this Burloak team is the turnovers.
Yeah. Gotta take care of the rock.
Wolverines moving it around the perimeter. The interior game all night long has been working for the Wolverines. Anything they want in the paint, they've been able to get, and they're out and running again.
They're not even settling either. Like every time they're putting their head down, getting to the rim.
They're just going straight to the rim.
Nice.
Nice finish by Royal. He's got 11.
Solid.
He's been efficient. And his touches, you know, he's made the most of it. And the Wolverines, it just looks like they get into this motion set. And whatever they could get out of it, any advantage they find, they're attacking it. Jason with this spin in the finish. Calling out a set now. Moody with it on the perimeter. Comey, he's trying to get it to Kabongo. Face-up game. Rubin with the rebound. Out to Moody. Kabongo back inside.
Oh, wow.
Spin move. Off the glass finish. 34-58 is the score here. We got subs on both sides coming in. And the defensive pressure, man, it hasn't stopped. That's a good take, good pass. Got to finish that one. Jump ball situation. It's going to be Burloak's ball. They got it to Royal on the interior. Cam with the ball. He's going hard.
What? Nah, ref.
It's going the other way. Offensive foul.
That's a solid move. I like that move by Cameron. Way to take the bump, and he hit a nice floater. We're going to take a short break, though. All right, we're back. Final 7 minutes. The championship game, it's been fairly lopsided. GCBA Wolverines getting anything they want. They're up big.
They've been in control the whole game, gotten anything they wanted. You know, in a championship game, you think that you would see a little bit more sense of urgency from the Burloak team. A little bit more fight. Another turnover there, you got to travel. I feel like everybody on this GCBA Wolverines team has had a good game. Joe, who would you give MVP to if you had to pick an MVP right now?
If I had to go right now, definitely going with Yanis Comey. He's got 19 points in about 21 minutes. He's been solid all game, man, just scoring inside. Gabriel Kabongo's been very good too, man. He's got 14 now with that last two. So who knows, if he runs it up in these last 6 minutes, it could go to him as well. Of course, I'm able to refer to the player stats on the Swish app. Very key. Downloadable on the App Store. Yep.
All the stats are available there. If I had to give the MVP to somebody on the GCBA team, I'm going to go with somebody that we haven't really been talking about, but I feel like his hands have been all over this game, and I'm going to go with Joshua, number 6.
Yeah.
He's been an irritant defensively, in passing lanes, rebounding.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Giving guys problems.
Yeah, sometimes it's not all about the scoring.
You know, you can impact the game in so many ways, man, in ways that don't necessarily show up on a stat sheet sometimes. And I've been liking his activity level this whole game. Got the rebound stolen from him there, but Joshua bringing up the ball now. 62-36 here in his 7th grade final. Cameron pushing the ball. He's in the paint. Spin move. He goes up.
Tough.
Finishes at the rim.
He's tough.
That's a good finish right there. And Joe, earlier I was talking about competitive spirit. Cam's definitely got it, man. He's been competing this whole game. He has fight in him.
Regardless of the outcome.
Got a foul on the perimeter there. And you know, Burloak hasn't had the greatest game, but I really like what I'm seeing out of some of their guys. Jason, he's competitive. I already talked about Cam. I think Dean Murray, he's a competitor too. Like, some of these guys got a lot of fight in them.
Yeah.
They're still competing.
For sure.
Burloak with the ball now, trying to break the press. Gabriel Kabongo with the turnover. Burloak pushing the other way. Cameron to the rim. He gets fouled. Going back to the free throw line. First one good for Burloak. That was Cameron. Joseph with the ball, jab step, pull.
That was nice, that was tight.
Jason and Dean playing a little two-man game there. That's Evan with the ball. Good take, just couldn't finish. Joseph in the corner, he's driving. He gets fouled. You know, Joe, when you talk about the game these days, it feels like it's either three-pointers or it's layups. What do you think something that the young hoopers these days are missing in their game?
The mid-range, 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 mid-range all day. Oftentimes, if you grind hard enough, that's one of the easier shots. Because if you have a soft touch and you're able to rise up, get good elevation on it, you're able to just put it in time and time after again. If the team is expecting your team to either take it into the lane or shoot threes, you take a couple dribbles after they close out, and then that's a wide open shot.
Exactly. You ball fake and you get a 1-2, get that rhythm going into a 1-2 dribble pull-up. That's cash money right there. Don't let people lie to you and say that the mid-range is a dying game.
Yep. And just the ability to break the defender down on the perimeter, ultimately you're going to have to be able to get to a spot in the mid-range and then pull up either at the elbow or whatever. You know, if you look at guys like Kawhi, guys like Devin Booker, it doesn't matter if they have the best defender in front of them and they have 2 help side defenders waiting for them at the rim and they're just expecting him to do whatever. If he's able to break his guy down and then just get to his spot, that's money every time. So definitely the mid-range. And it's not like it's something crazy to add to your game. It's just get the reps in. Make sure your shot's good. Make sure your form's on point. And then you're going to be a hard player to guard. If you have the mid-range on point, you can shoot the outside ball, and you can take it to the rim. 3-level scoring.
3-level scoring is going to be important, you know, as you progress in your basketball journey. You got to be able to finish at the rim, hit that mid-range pull-up, and then also that catch-and-shoot 3 ball. That's going to be critical. You know, I agree with you, Joe. You know, once you become a great 3-point shooter or even a fairly good 3-point shooter, they're going to stun at you. They're going to run at you at that 3-point line. And you got to be able to 1-2 dribble, pull up, and then either make that shot or make a play out of that.
Yeah, exactly. But once you're a threat, then everything opens up.
Cameron's back at the line. He's had a good second half, man. I like what I've seen out of him in the second half.
13 points for him now. Him and Royal.
He's just been slowly, you know, slowly adding, slowly getting to the line.
Final 2 minutes in a bit.
They've kind of anteed up this defensive intensity here. And that was a good block. Number 4, Leo. Man, this Wolverines team, they're athletic, man.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, despite the big lead, 21 points, these guys are still competing, both sides.
Yeah, shout out to Burloak for the second half. They didn't roll over. If anything, their second half was much better than the first.
You know, we talked about that at the beginning of the second half. You know, if they could come out, get a few stops, get to what they like to do, get to the free throw line, you know, they could make this a little bit of a game. And, you know, they haven't made it a game yet, but their compete level was up from the first half. Minute 56 remaining, 63-42 is the score here.
Celebration starting a little early in the stands. Excited fans.
Excited parents here to see their young ones get crowned champions.
Inbounds play.
Zayden with the ball, swings it.
Giannis.
Joseph with the ball, pressured out there on the perimeter. Giannis attacking, kicks it back out. Leo with the ball now at the top of the key.
Oh, out of bounds.
One and one.
Yep.
First one, no good. Looks like we have a violation, though. He's going to get another one. Second one, no good. Got Cameron bringing the ball up. We got another turnover. And for this Burloak team, that's kind of been the story of the game, man.
Yep.
just haven't really been able to get settled, turn over the ball. The competitive spirit, the compete level, it's been there, but you know, plays like that, you can't let a guy dribble from one end of the court all the way to the another. Cameron now going the other way. Good finish. He's put together a great game, man.
Yep. Shout out to him.
James Moody with the ball. To the rim, Joseph. That's a strong take. 63-44. Joseph trying to add to that lead for the GCBA Wolverines. He's got one more at the line. Joseph with the rebound, and he's going to try to slow it down, back it out.
Final 35 seconds here. Probably just dribble it out.
7th grade finals coming to an end. Next, we got the 8th graders, right, Joe?
Yep, that'll be a good one. Ottawa Elite, S Elite, Ottawa versus Milton. Oh, wow. He came off that screen, he exploded. He almost like split the D.
Went downhill.
Back to the line.
You know, if they were able to do this in the first half, it could have been a different game.
Yeah.
You know? They definitely would have slowed down the Wolverines' running game. There would have been less transition opportunities for the Wolverines.
Yeah, well, I mean, I believe they won this, or are winning this half by about 3. So.
Second one, no good. Giannis with the rebound.
Yep, we're going to look to. No, the ref's still calling fouls.
First one, no good.
Also the second.
Burloak bringing it up. Under 20 seconds left in this one. There's Cameron,
yep.
Man, playing till the end.
Love to see it. And that's going to do it. The GCBA Wolverines are your grade 7 NPH Showcase League champions. Congratulations to both teams.
And they're vibing right now in the court.
I like it. That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to come back for the second game of the night coming shortly.